All right, today we're going to talk about requeening a hive. This is Derek with Hive 5 Bees. I've got, in this particular bee yard, I have 2 beehives. Both of these were actually started with nuke colonies earlier this spring. But what's happened is this particular nuke colony here has grown into the second box. I'm actually about to put a honey super on here. The queen is laying really good eggs, and this colony is growing pretty rapidly. This particular colony here is not. So they've actually started to go into the second box, but I noticed not too long ago there are not very many eggs, not a lot of larvae in the actual brood boxes, and on the brood frames there's not a lot of eggs. So what we're going to do today is we're requeening this hive. So what I did yesterday is I actually came out, found the queen in this box, and pinched the queen, got her out. It takes a few hours for the bees to realize that the pheromones of the queen are not there, and then they realize that they're queenless. So you try to wait about 24 hours before requeening. I do have a new queen, and we'll show that process here in a few minutes on how we do that. So for about 24 hours, this has been a queenless hive with the queen that I pulled out yesterday. So we'll show how that's done here in a few minutes. One thing again to keep in mind, you do want to wait about 24 hours or so before you introduce a new queen, so that they will recognize her and get comfortable with her and accept her into the new hive. So what we'll do at this point is we'll go ahead and get suited up, and we'll come out and I'll show you how to requeen this hive. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to be requeening this hive, as I mentioned earlier. What I have already done that I did not video is I did actually look through both boxes and all of the frames to make sure there were no queen cells. If you have queen cells already in there and you introduce a new queen, then you have a tendency, or there might be an opportunity for there to be a swarming situation. So there were a couple that were being emergency queen cells that were being developed, and those were all destroyed. So now what I'm going to do is take the queen, which I have a new queen in this box here. You might be able to see with the white dot. We're going to turn this frame over, put it in between 2 of the brood frames. We're going to turn it over on its back. As you can see here, there is a candy plug in the end, and we will leave that in there for a couple days. So the queen is in here with a couple of attendant bees, and we'll put this in between some frames, come back in a couple days to make sure she has been released, and then at that point hopefully they will accept her as the new queen. So they'll eat through this candy, and we'll have a new queen in this hive. So let's get to it. All right, we have 2 really good brood frames here that we're going to split. I'm going to take this cage, turn it upside down, and put it in to the comb actually inside. So let's see if we can video this here, so that we have, and kind of work it back and forth and work it into the actual comb. All right, as you can see, it's stuck to that frame there, the brood in that frame. Now we're going to slide the next frame over and make those join. Sorry for the video, letting the bees get out of the way. Press it in between here and let that get up into the comb, and then we'll come back in a couple days to make sure that the queen has been released. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll make some more soon.